Silence trains power because it removes dependence on reaction, validation, and noise. In silence, there is no audience to impress, no immediate feedback to chase, no emotional release to hide behind. What remains is raw awareness. That awareness becomes strength over time. Most people speak to fill space, to reduce discomfort, to assert presence. Silence feels threatening because it exposes insecurity. When there is nothing to say, the mind turns inward. Many avoid that inward turn. Those who embrace it gain control. Silence creates distance between impulse and action. Words are often the first leak of energy. Once spoken, they cannot be retrieved. Silence keeps options open. It allows observation before commitment. Power favors those who delay disclosure. In conversation, silence shifts control. The person who speaks less listens more. Listening reveals intention, weakness, and pattern. Silence invites others to talk. As they talk, they reveal themselves. Information flows toward the quiet one. Silence also prevents unnecessary conflict. Many arguments exist only because words were exchanged too quickly. Silence refuses escalation. Without fuel, confrontation loses momentum. Internally, silence calms mental clutter. Constant noise fragments attention. Silence consolidates it. Thoughts become clearer. Priorities separate from distractions. Silence strengthens emotional regulation. When emotion rises, speech often follows. Words become weapons against oneself. Silence allows emotion to rise and fall without expression. This restraint builds endurance. Silence removes the need for approval. Speaking often seeks validation. Silence trains self-sufficiency. You no longer require agreement to feel grounded. Grounded individuals are harder to manipulate. In leadership, silence communicates confidence. Leaders who speak constantly appear uncertain. Those who speak selectively command attention. Words gain weight when they are rare. Silence also improves timing. Not every moment requires response. Choosing when to speak amplifies impact. Strategic silence creates anticipation. Silence protects energy. Conversation consumes mental resources. Silence preserves them. Preserved energy sharpens focus and decision-making. In negotiation, silence is leverage. After a statement, silence pressures the other side to fill the gap. In doing so, they often reveal more than intended. Silence extracts value without force. Silence trains patience. Waiting without distraction strengthens discipline. Patience compounds into long-term advantage. Silence also deepens self-knowledge. Without external noise, internal patterns become visible. You notice triggers, fears, habits. Awareness precedes control. Silence is uncomfortable because it removes escape. No jokes, no explanations, no distractions. That discomfort is training. What you can tolerate grows. Tolerance increases resilience. Silence separates the reactive from the composed. Reactivity demands expression. Composure allows containment. Containment creates authority. Silence also sharpens observation. You notice body language, tone, pacing. Details emerge that noise would obscure. This perception improves judgment. Silence trains restraint in success. Speaking less prevents arrogance. It keeps focus on execution instead of recognition. Silence trains restraint in failure. It avoids excuses. It encourages reflection instead of defense. Growth accelerates. Silence also builds mystery. Mystery creates interest. People are drawn to what they cannot easily read. Predictability reduces influence. Silence preserves unpredictability. In a loud world, silence stands out. It signals self-control. Self-control signals power. Silence does not mean withdrawal. It means selectivity. You choose when to engage instead of reacting automatically. Silence strengthens boundaries. You don't explain yourself endlessly. You don't justify decisions to everyone. Boundaries become firm without confrontation. Silence also reduces regret. Words spoken impulsively linger. Silence avoids unnecessary damage. Silence sharpens focus on action. Less talking, more doing. Results speak without explanation. Silence removes competition. You stop comparing narratives. You focus on execution. Silence also trains humility. You recognize how much you don't know. This openness improves learning. Silence increases emotional independence. External opinions lose influence. Internal standards take over. Silence builds inner authority. You trust your judgment because it is formed without noise. Silence strengthens discipline. Choosing not to speak is often harder than speaking. Difficulty builds strength. Silence conserves credibility. Overcommunication dilutes it. Precision strengthens it. Silence trains stillness under pressure. Stillness prevents panic. Panic destroys strategy. Silence allows recovery. The nervous system resets. Clarity returns. Silence refines intention. When you finally speak, words align with purpose. Silence also trains presence. You are fully in the moment, not preparing a response. Silence creates space for insight. Insight often arrives quietly. Silence is not emptiness, it is capacity. Silence prepares the mind for decisive action. Silence builds control without display. Silence trains power that does not need to announce itself. Silence strengthens the person who no longer needs to prove anything. Silence becomes armor. Silence becomes leverage. Silence becomes strength. Silence trains power.